Bryce Sensabaugh picks up the Lowry Markkanen-less Utah Jazz. Just about carries them to a victory. They fall, though, to the Chicago Bulls in a fun one in Chicago, 128-126. We're talking about it next on POSTCAST. David Locke along with Ron Boone after the Jazz do fall by 2 here in Chicago. Brice Sensabaugh is the story. 43 points, second most points ever scored by a Jazz player off the bench in franchise history. Only Jordan Clarkson has ever scored more. The great guy to our left, Thurl Bailey, actually never even did that. What did you see out of Brice tonight, Ron? Let's start there. 15 of 22, 5 of 10 from 3, 8 of 8 from the free throw line.
What's fun to watch, David, is when a player knows he's got it going, and he is looking for every opportunity to score. And Sensabaugh in that first half with jumpers, for the most part, he had 3 threes, but with jumpers, he did get to the basket a couple of times, but he knew he had it going on, and he was just letting it fly, and the bench was excited for him as well.
There were a bunch of things I noticed in this one, but you need to tell your story about the fact that you knew that Brice Sensabaugh was going to have a good game before anyone else did.
That was, it was a one-handed pass from about 80 feet that went very, very high, and it goes into the basket.
This was pregame.
Pregame.
Right when they first walked out on the court.
First walked out on the floor. It was just, and he was laughing. He just had it going.
So he knew, like right then. He knew. Ron Boone saw that. We knew.
But he gets up 22 shots. That's probably the most he's had in quite some time. In 10 three-point shots. He played 34 minutes. That's probably a season high there as well. I don't like their game notes because I couldn't find any of that stuff.
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah.
But anyway,
you go talk to the woman who's in charge. She's very friendly.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's kind of mean.
You're scared of her, is what you're saying.
Most of the guys in there probably were.
Yeah. Usually she has awesome Jordan shoes on and things like that. Today she had high heels. All right. On to the focus. Brice has actually been struggling. He's not shooting above the break 3 very well. Things of that nature. What allowed him to get going tonight?
Well, anytime you make a couple of shots in a row, David, and just think about, okay, the lineup that they have out there on the floor, and then when you come to the ball game, am I the scorer? He didn't come in. I think Keyonte wasn't was he in the game when he came in? Keyonte may have been the first substitute to come out of the ball game. So you look at the first, and now who's going to be the man? I mean, who's going to beat the ball? Who's going to get the shots? And he ended up getting it going in that first quarter. 21 points.
I was pretty impressed with Keyonte as well tonight in the sense he did with Isaiah starting. I just didn't think Keyonte touched the ball nearly as much or saw the ball nearly as much. And then Will, I think, adjusted. I'd have to go look and see who was on the floor. It did not feel like Isaiah and Keyonte were on the floor a ton late. Maybe they were some. Keyonte was able to figure it out through that, how he was able to still put a stamp on this game tonight.
Well, Collier did not play that much in the fourth quarter. And it was Keyonte that got going in that fourth quarter. So you're absolutely right about them not playing that much together in the second half, or especially in that fourth quarter. Keyonte now has turned into a scoring point guard that can make plays. And the fourth quarter showed this that.
The thing I think he's really learned is that how long the game is. Right? He just, I think, we're talking about the maturity and things like that a year ago, I think he's really frustrated in this game when he's not getting looks, not getting the ball, not getting opportunities. And instead, he seems to have learned this year how long a game takes and how many opportunities will arise throughout the game if you're just patient.
It's a good point. He's grown up. And you've mentioned this many, many times, how often Will and Keyonte talk. Timeouts or free throw line or something like that. There's something to be said between those two people, and maybe there's conversations about what's going on the floor.
We shot 55% from the floor tonight, only 29% from 3. We have generally been an offensive disaster if Lowry Markkanen does not play. Why were they okay offensively tonight?
Because one guy that got hot. And that was Sensabaugh. And that really made a big difference of staying in the basketball game in that first half, because in that first half, Vukovic had it going on there as well. And you touched on that he's usually, not that guy that's going to score a lot of points, but the Jazz had a guy that was hot and they rode him. And the big thing here is that they were scoring in the paint. I mean, they would put 20 points in the paint in the first half, and that really makes a big difference when you got a guy shooting well from the outside.
We had the note on the broadcast: the Bulls go to the rim the second most of anyone in the NBA. They actually don't shoot particularly well usually when they get there, but they also allow the most shots in the NBA at the rim. And the Jazz did seem to be really focused on that and find a way to take advantage of that. Cody Williams got the start tonight, played 31 minutes. We'll talk about him when we continue here on today's edition of POSTCAST. Today's show is brought to you in part by our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel is making Fridays even more fun for you on the NBA world with happy hour on Fridays. This is how it works. Every Friday, FanDuel opens up with extra hour and a half before the first games, opens up with extra deals for you across the lane with bonuses and different matchups and all sorts of stuff. Plus, wild card round is here, and FanDuel is officially in playoff mode. Every game day during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action, because right now, every NBA, NFL playoff game, FanDuel gives users a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts you can apply to the bets you like most. Open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boost you want to apply. You make the picks, then apply your profit boost and get even bigger payouts while the playoffs are rolling. So visit FanDuel, official sports bet partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game. Like, say that 10 times fast. Today's show is also brought to you by Wayfair. Wayfair, maybe Ron Boone, who's meticulous with all of his things that look so beautiful. With the new year here, it's a perfect time to reset your routine, refresh your space. Even if you're spending more time at home, you might as well love how it looks and feels. That's why you should turn to Wayfair. It's a one-stop shop for getting your home back on track. From bedding and mattresses to storage solutions for every room, Wayfair makes it easy to start your year fresh. Wayfair has everything you need for a full home refresh all in one place, whether you're updating your living room, organizing your space, or upgrading your work from home setup. Wayfair's huge selection makes it easy to find exactly what your style is and your budget. Get organized and refresh and back on track this year, new year, from way less at wayfair.com. Right now, shop all things wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. And our show is brought to you today by ZocDoc. No need to be waiting for doctors and not being able to go to ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA to find you the right doctor that you need. They've got it all. Finding a doctor is actually used to be like discovering a diamond in the rough late in the first round, like a Brice Sensabaugh or something like that. You might want someone in your network nearby with availability. Well, it's now here for you. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find high-quality in-network doctors. You can choose someone you can truly connect with. Look for specialties, symptoms, whatever the search might be, they can figure it out, be able to choose in-person or video, verify patient reviews, plus real-time availability within 24 to 72 hours. Appointments usually happen. So if you need to book care fast, this is the first place you go. ZocDoc. Stop putting off doctor's appointments. Go to ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA to find a way to book your doctor instantly today. That's Zoc, ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA. ZocDoc.com/LockedOnNBA. Bryce Sensabaugh is the headliner, but 31 minutes for Cody Williams. I thought he was brilliant defensively in the first quarter. What do you think of his overall game?
What, Cody?
Yeah.
I thought he's getting there, David. And I don't know if we want to continue to rush him to be that guy, but I think he's getting there. He's playing a lot better. Impressed with the fact that he goes back door and reading the offense and scoring at the rim. Didn't think he had such a great game tonight, but I think he's getting there. Ended up with 7 rebounds and 6 points, but I think he's getting there.
I'm curious on Ace Bailey tonight. I have a little bit of a mixed bag feeling. I've kind of just given him a pass all the time, but I'm a little surprised he's not able to create more offense. I think he had 4 field goals tonight. I'm not sure that all 4 of them weren't dunks on backdoor cuts where he's just catching and dunking because he's an athlete.
Well, I know a couple of them was. That's for sure.
I don't remember him making a shot tonight. Like, I'm a little surprised.
No jumpers.
Yeah, that he's not. I'm surprised he's not having more impact with his touch, with his threes. Like, his three seems really rushed and uncomfortable right now, and he's actually not able to beat people off the dribble because I don't think his handle's tight enough. I'm a little surprised on that end. I'm not worried about it. I just am a little surprised by it.
I wouldn't worry about it as well, David. We complimented the way he was scoring at the beginning of the year within the system and coming off screens and knocking down jumpers or something like that, and maybe scoring at the rim. this could have been just one of those nights where he just couldn't get going. But I'm with you. I'm not worried about it as well, because you can see the talent is there. Just how long is it going to take him to get there?
The other one is the ball bounce is funky. The biggest play of the night is the Vucevic layup that gives them the win. The Jazz force a miss. The rebound goes down to the corner. They've got it trapped. He bullets a pass down low to Vucevic. That's a pretty rare circumstance. I mean, that was just like, I think it's worth noting. Like, that's an unfortunate play. They battle back. They're going on an 11-0 run. They cut it, and to lose it on that play feels very, very unfortunate.
I would have to see the replay. Sitting down here courtside, I was really blocked out, and I could not see where everyone was at. But I know the player over there that was throwing, that was on one leg and looking around to see who could throw it to, and the bullet pass underneath the basket.
So that was the game. That was the one that ended the night for the Utah Jazz, and ended up really costing them the game. That final play, not corralling that final rebound to give them a chance to win it. Keontae's three doesn't fall as they went for the win on the final play, which is generally the right move with 4 seconds left. Ron Boone, who are your stars tonight?
I got 4.
Okay.
How about that? That would be, I'm being generous with Ace Bailey, I think. And Filipowski, yes. Keyonte Sensabaugh. That's it.
Sensabaugh, Keyonte, Filipowski, and Ace Bailey?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay. I have not seen oh yeah, Lacey's here. We're okay. She would rewatch it otherwise. All right, that is Postcast Locked on Jazz coming in from Dallas tomorrow, and we'll play the Mavericks tomorrow as well. We will not be as close to the action, and Simone Biles won't be there. So that won't be nearly as fun. Simone Biles being here was cool. Why are you so... You were not fazed by this at all.
She was a great gymnast, and no,
you weren't fazed.
Well,
it's like truly the greatest in the world at what she does, or anyone has ever done. I don't care if the greatest violinist was sitting there, I would have been wowed. All right, he's just so cool.